Rhone-Alpes is a French company founded in 1989 to operate ski resorts. Today, RCTB lists 9 theme parks, 1 miniature walkthrough, and a Le Menuret ski resort to possess at least 1 coaster. Ignoring those latter 2, let's see who would be the best fit for the next coaster for each of the rest of the parks in this European leisure chain. I'm Lindsay, you're watching History and Leisure. Be sure to follow on Instagram, Threads, Bluesky, History_Leisure, as well as a Substack and my second channel, History and Leisure Echoes, where I post copyright-free footage and bonus material. Let's start with more of the kiddie family parks at the top of this list, which begins in the heart of Paris with Jardin d'Acclimatation. The city park recently replaced one of their kiddies with a modern sequel and then pulled their powered coaster. This brought home to a wild mouse and a Gerstlauer bobsled. Feel the mouse and the bobsled fill the same role unless the mouse is a spinner, and this does. Still, a family woody or suspended coaster would be a nice fit and could fit well with the concept of the park if there is space and permission for it. Going all the way to the far east of Austria, very close to Bratislava actually, is Family Park. The name implies target for families and a nice wood setting, a butterfly, human-powered kids coaster, and 2 more serious coasters, a mock youngster, and Gerstlauer Bob finish this lineup with a modern log flume to note. I also like a suspended coaster here. I think the butterfly and human-powered coasters are fine since the park has smaller targets and children. There is a part that they can use and tie in with a front gate renovation and be a full relocation here. It could even do something kind of like Gatekeeper did at Cedar Point, but obviously family-to-family thrill. To Belgium for Belvarde. Not sure how a family or brothers Belgian zoo hybrid wants to be, because they only have like a big airtime coaster or suspended Santa coaster, but they do have a weird dueling mountain coaster called Dawson Duel. Not a lot of good family sales that work like a family spinner, even a launch or a suspended coaster. I feel the park will be more family oriented, so I think a Gravity Group Woody would be the best. Woody, big airtime, family thrill. Could really check off a lot of boxes, and also my main support thinking they'll maintain adding Woodies at some point. Is that they're upkeeping Zeus? Oh, I think they're adding RMC track to that at this point. In about 10 years since the Timber, I wouldn't hold out against it. Back to the Ile-de-France for the main parks, Parc Asterix, and when I returned this, they lacked a spinner. In 2025, this was resolved with Sutotamix, and it's been multi-dimensional coaster coming in 2020 as part of the front gate reno into Londinium. They also have a Gerstlauer family launch coaster in Pegasus Express of note. They have a bobsleigh coaster in Tras de Jura. Osiris, their invert. Infamous Guderix, which is a classic foamy multi-looper. Tutatis, their modern launch coaster. And it sounds like Guderix could finally be on the chopping block because of its infamy. They could also look to Vacoma for a new gen. It's kind of tied with a new hotel close by. Although it'd be nice to have an airtime focused attraction running out to the highway and then looping back. And also that kind of thing, airtime zone might not really make sense next to this if it's known for its airtime. Also, if auction I was going not on the rehab list, that'd be where I would put Set Hyper. I think it's probably going to be a Gurix replacement that comes next after that multi-dimensional coaster, which will add a nice indoor attraction. That's upcoming sister park. Every coaster that this park has so far has been a Gerstlauer. The standard family coaster layout with Cobra. One of the earliest bobsleigh coasters in Drachenricht. The Eurofighter and Multi-Line, I guess they're Standout and Huracan, and then a human-powered kids coaster with Hurricanito. I think if they're going to stick to Gerstlauer, about an airtime coaster like Mechlon, kind of add a little bit of a launch, be a bit more intense than Cobra. Like I think could be a bit more approachable for smaller. Guess and kind of be their response to Pegasus Express. But we do know there is a coaster coming in 2027, and we just don't know exactly what it is yet. Continuing from smallest to largest, maybe. At least into a coaster collection for the Wally parks. Rhone-Alpes lack a spinner or an invert, and Mohuka add a launch coaster. Probably better airtime machine than Timber. Timber staple me to death.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no.
This park would have been primed for a free spin. In 2010s, there is a nice narrow space between Tempo Attack and Surf Music. Also, even a small park like Adventureland Iowa has a mountain and a wild side, so you could easily appeal to a larger demographic. And maybe you could even Starflyer and Generator, add surf music in and create more of like a steampunk. And then Wallaby Holland has it really gone more into the family part of the years with Eat My Dust. I thought that'd be a perfect spot for a spinner. I don't know if they needed a second kids coaster. I think they're major enough a park they can have 2 kids coasters. But I could see if they want to scrap Express, A mock exchange center would be similar in vibe. Also, currently use their old they got from the Six Flags there as like the hub for their Halloween events, and I could also see an indoor family spinner there. So even if it become a switchback or in-spin multi-dimensional, which could probably potentially be mostly or fully indoor. Other main sister in Belgium also lacks spinner, but I think they've interesting but not really top tier launch coasters. And also, there definitely is more of a well-rounded lineup. They did get the prototype Burstyle Airtime Coaster and Mock Power Splash, and they also decided, with adding Mechlin, they would formally retire their old ZR Tivoli, which has been in storage since 2018. There is room in Condé that you could add another attraction, maybe like a family spinner, maybe a flat ride. Although they know they did finally add a flat ride a few years ago where their old looper Tornado was, and that was 2002, so it took like 20 years for a replacement to actually really go there. But there's still some space that I think you could do a spinner, and it could really fit well in the western area. But there might be some room next turbine where you could put one in a box, and how I was looking at maps and trying to draw and compare it to Laugh Track. Like the whole queue and eggs would have to be indoors, but I think it could work. Maybe I might have to move the teacups over there, maybe. But I think you could get away with not touching it. But that would already put too many coasters in one side of the park. That Dock World currently has 3 coasters now with Mechlin, and this would add a 4th, and I'm not sure how comfortable they would be with that. Starting off with another oddball, Futuroscope. Objective Mars and the new Mission Bermuda, which Mock Trucking Boat brought this mostly theater attraction-based park and kind of part World's Fair. Also due up for the second Vekoma Throw Glider after Magic Mountain in 2028. And their other coaster is a butterfly called Balancier. They deserve a family coaster, a true family coaster. Both Vekoma and Intamin, who have built their throw coasters, would be good picks. Although this park really likes to go a little more eccentric, so I could really see a switchback as well. Tell me in the comments what you think, what you would like to see at these parks in the future. Feel free to expand on other rides as well. So until then, comment, subscribe, and strike.